Thank you for watching Shomi Willson. I am going to share with you what the show is about. The show is about how we are a human sponge. Everything that we do in life goes into a memory bank, into our body. Everything we think, everything we speak, everything we read, everything we watch, everything we listen to, everything we hear. Whatever it is that is surrounding our environment, these are the things that get stored into our cells, our memories. And so we have trillions of cells that run through our body. And so when we think these things, whatever it is, good things, bad things, happy things, sad things, it goes into our cells. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. I'm going to share with you on my show why people do the things they do. Now this could be directly related to the way they were raised, programming. It could also be related to who they've kissed or who they've shared body fluids with, whether it's kissing, whether it's intimate, whatever it is, these things will go into another person's body. Think about it. If you kiss, there's cells in your saliva. And now that saliva is going into the person you're kissing. And it can be many ways. It could be your breath, breathing, and you're close. It could be a very personal experience with that person. It could even be with our organs. How many people have transplants for eyes, liver, lungs, heart? We have blood transfusions. So I mean, I've given blood before. Hopefully, they've had good memories from my blood, and they have good personality from everything. But so I'll share with you on my show why people do what they do. It's not always related to them. It's also related to people they hang out with. Another thing my show will do, it helps you understand why people will digress in life or improve. I don't know if you've ever watched people who've had all kinds of wealth and then they lose it, or people who were very unlucky and all of a sudden they're lucky. I mean, this is amazing. When people understand how the cell memories work, it changes the world. I'm hoping the show on Shomi Willson will become a very popular show that people talk about, whether they like it or dislike it. This is my theory. I'm sure someone else had this theory before me, but maybe they haven't gone public. But this is me. I'm going public with it, and I'm excited about it. I've never heard this before. This is something I figured out on my own. The things we will talk about on my show is endless. We could talk about everything. If you could think of any health condition, it's related to your cells. So we're going to talk about abuse. We're going to talk about health, illnesses, diseases. We're going to talk about mental well-being, hereditary conditions. Everybody says, oh, it's hereditary. Well, yeah, if you have a mom and dad, you've shared cell memories with them through drinking, through nursing, whatever it is you've shared with your parents, and programming. Okay, so on the show we're going to talk about how to change what you dislike about your cell memories. You're not going to get rid of the cell memories, but you're going to balance the things you dislike. We're also going to talk about the fountain of youth. Sorry, I lost my breath there. The fountain of youth, and likes and dislikes, confidence, lack of self-esteem. Maybe there's someone who's very, very confident, another person who's very, very timid and shy. We're also going to talk about your lucky streaks, your unlucky streaks. We're going to talk about people who are loving versus people who are mean. With the cell programming, the cell memories in our bodies, it's not just about the thoughts, but some of us will have thoughts that are explosive. And this is where you get people that actually take action in a good way or a bad way. You can have a parent, a mother, who is very loving to her children, very, very loving, that it's explosive, that, you know, whoever she kisses, maybe, this is my personal example, okay, I have kissed men who have been out of state from their children. And after they've been with me, we've been together in an intimate way or a kissing way or a date, whatever it is, they always go back home closer to their children that they've moved away from. This is an explosive cell in my body, and I love my children. I love being with them. And it's so explosive that it passes on to other people that I meet. And it's kind of sad for me because then the guy I like is gone, but it's good for them because they're bonding with their children or child or whatever they are. There's other explosive cells out there. There's your dangerous cells that can cause your murders on the streets, your crime, rape. There's all kinds of explosive cells that it's not that the person is bad, they just have a cell that's out of balance, and it's time to bring that cell back into balance and to figure out where that cell came from. This is what is called peeling the onion. And I will teach you how to peel the onion. I've read many books about people saying, oh, peel the onions, you have to take it one layer at a time. But no one teaches you, no one has actually identified how to peel that onion. So let me give you an example. This is kind of a rough example, so please don't take this personal or hard. Let's just say, for an example, 2 women get raped by 2 different men. And it could be a man that gets raped, but I'm just going to use women. That's what we're more familiar with in society. So 2 women get raped. One's going to hate sex and one's going to love sex. It's not always that way. It's about 50-50 though. So why would the one love sex? Because she got raped. And why would this other person hate sex? Because this person loves sex. I mean, so what causes the 2 different end results of a rape victim? I mean, they could both be raped just as severely, as dangerous as it could be. This is my theory on this. The person who rapes is either going to love it, and they're loving what they're doing, or they hate what they are doing. So they pass that explosive cell to the person that they are injuring, that they're attacking. So if they're loving what they do, the person's going to love sex and not hate it. If they hate sex after being raped, then it's because the person that raped them did not like themselves and couldn't control what they were doing. So that's just one example of peeling the onion. And it's really sensitive. It's deep. It's hard to accept, especially for people who have been abused. You don't want to have to think about that person's life after going through that. But when you're peeling the onion, it's going to be very important that you dive into that other person's life as much as you can, so you can figure out why you are taking things the way you are. Because you have to figure out the cells that you shared. Even though you didn't want to share those cells, you shared them. It happened. And now you have to figure out what cells are now being stored in your body. And that's called peeling the onion. And it gets deep with health issues. Now you want to talk about diabetes or asthma or something. All illnesses, all diseases, all health issues, cutting your finger, they're all an emotion. And all those emotions are stored in your cell memories. And that's why we do the things we do. That's why you might cut your finger. That's why you might develop a health condition. Yeah, you might have got it from your parents, but it was a cell memory from your parents that got passed on to you, whether in the womb, the blood, or whether nursing, or whatever it is. That memory got passed. All right. So that is my show. That is what Shomi Willson is about. That's what I'm about. And it's out there. It's way out there, but I love it. And I want to share this with the world. I want to see